Okay, welcome everybody. This is a concept video about how distributing works. I say it's a concept video because this video focuses mostly on the ideas of how distributing works. It is not a video that's meant to be intense on practice. So if you want some practice, there's another video that you can view that'll have 4 sample problems, and you can try to work those out and watch the video afterwards. But in this video, we're going to talk about how distributing works. And distributing, first we should say what it is. It's a special type of multiplying that we use in algebra. And the main word that you should focus on is, of course, distribute. So what is the idea of distributing something? Well, let's look at this little classroom right here. So here's a student who's about to give out some papers. And the teacher says, distribute the papers. And the question I have for you is, does the student just give all the papers to one student in order to distribute the papers? No, of course not. When he distributes, he gives the papers to every student in the class. Everybody gets a paper. Okay. So when you distribute, it's meant to go to more than one person. It's meant to go to a group of people or several people. And we use the same idea in math. So that's the first thing I want you to understand in this, is that distributing focuses on multiple pieces or multiple people receiving the same thing. Okay, so now let's try it with math. Well, I said distributing is a special type of multiplying, and that this type of multiplying is very useful for us in algebra. But first I want to talk to you about PEMDAS. Everyone remembers PEMDAS. It's our old friend. Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, adding, and subtracting, PEMDAS. And here I have a very simple idea. This 2 times the quantity of 3 plus 5. And we're going to do it by PEMDAS. So first, of course, by PEMDAS, I'm going to look at the parentheses. And I'm going to do 3 plus 5. Because they were in parentheses, that has to come first. So now I'm going to have 2 times 8. Okay, and now there's no exponents, and there is some multiplying to do. So I'm going to do 2 times 8 makes 16. And that's going to be my final answer. So 2 times the quantity of 3 plus 5 is 16. Well, now take a look at it with distributing. Okay. This is a special type of multiplying, and as I said, it's very useful in algebra. And it's possible we should teach this at an earlier time, around the time we teach PEMDAS. Well, what I can do when I distribute is I'm going to take this 2, and I'm going to multiply it with that 3. But of course, since I'm distributing, I have to give it to every piece inside the parentheses. So 2 times 3, and also 2 times positive 5. 2 times 3 is 6. And positive make positive. And 2 times 5 is 10. And you can see that in the end, I get the same exact answer. This is very useful when we do algebra. Now, some students look at this at the first time and they say, well, so what, sir? I could have gotten the same thing by PEMDAS. And that is true. But what if I gave you a problem that looked like this? 2 times a plus 1. Well, now you cannot do PEMDAS. But you can distribute. Why can you not do PEMDAS? Well, because I can't do a plus 1. I don't know what the number a is. It's a mystery number. So a plus 1 is just a plus 1. So how can I multiply it by 2? Well, it's impossible by PEMDAS. I can't get the job done. But with distributing, I can. And I'll show you exactly how. Okay, so this is how we distribute. So I'm going to take the 2 and I'm going to distribute it because I can't do PEMDAS now because there's algebra here. So 2 times a is 2a. And if I'm doing it, I gave 2 examples here. There's one that's the wrong way. Okay. This would be incorrect if I just did 2 times a and then put the plus 1. This is incorrect. Incorrect. Because I did not properly distribute. I did not get that positive 1. In order to do it properly, I have to give it 2 times a and 2 times positive 1. I must give it to everything inside the parentheses. This parenthesis tells me where to start, and this parenthesis tells me where to stop distributing. So 2 times A is 2A, and then positive and positive make a positive, and 2 times 1 makes 2. And that's it, I'm done. This is my final answer, and they are completely equivalent. And if you want to test that out, you could put a number in. Let's pretend that A equals 3. Well, if I did 2 times 3 plus 1, I would get 2 times 4, and that would be 8. Or I could do this expression, 2 times 3 plus 2. And guess what? That's 2 times 3 is 6, plus 2, which makes, of course, 8. And you can see that they are equal, which means that this multiplication method definitely works for algebra. And so this was our question. 2a plus 1 is our question. And this is our answer. Okay, so that's how distributing works. And now you might want to watch the follow-up video so you can strengthen your skills and practice a bit. Thank you for watching. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and visit the website at www.grossimath.com.